And we go.
Hello, everyone, and we're back from our break here, and we have found ourselves somewhere else. Where is that? That's an excellent question. Now, I believe that the team had just used the helm of teleportation and teleported away to someplace that was only seen casually. And with the instantaneous poof, you arrive. You arrive, and you look around, and it's clear that you're on an earth moat, earthy ground here. It's not too big. Maybe this floating island that you're on, but there's a tower and there's some connected things, and this doesn't look like a heart. And why are there soldiers and they're pointing spears at you and say, "Halt! For ourselves." Now, is there anyone in the group here that would be world traveled?
I am a far traveler.
Oh, really?
I'm double checking that. Oh, wanderer. Different. A little bit different.
Yeah, but you have traveled around, right? You wander from place to place. Moved around. Okay.
I grew up in a traveling circus, but we mostly traveled in Fey realms.
Yeah, mostly stayed with the city watching on, so this is really a little out of my comfort zone.
Right. The crew was originally hired out of Baldur's Gate, right? That's where Silvermane had met up with you. All right. And then, sent to Port Neonzru, and now you find yourself surrounded by several people that are dressed in identical armor. Would be studded leather. And in common, there's identify yourselves there.
We're adventurers.
Wash.
Is this the heart of Ooptal?
Washa raises his hand. This is not the heart.
Oh. Everybody put your hand on the frog. So very sorry to disturb you all. I promise, as far as we can tell, we will never be back.
This does look like another earth moat, says Quasha as he leans over to touch the frog.
Then I will go down on one knee to touch the frog and grab a rock.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, identify yourselves. Are you...
No.
So,
My name's
Wayne?
are we going to make a percentile roll, or are we going to have a conversation?
I'm just stalling them while the...
All right. So you say some things, they say some things, and then...
And then he nails it with a 100 on the next one.
On target.
No more messing around.
Okay. So, the heart of Ubtao, seen from a distance, you can see down into the basin. And so I will describe as your landing is going to be below the heart, looking up above it. That was easy to see. You are at the heart, and you see the heart up above. Now, here in the afternoon sun, there's a light drizzle, but not much for clouds here. It's not super overcast or super thick, so the light drizzle forms a light rain covering everything, and it seems that this floating earth moat seems to drip blood red from the bottom. And it really kind of lives up to the name of the Heart of Ubtao. Casually looking at it, you see that it is a piece of earth, and there's metal and there's some stone that's been carved into. Seems to be centered around this older tree, and it's let's see. This is a natural formation. Anyone with history or arcana? So we have Chippy with 26, I assume, because you got Alex there with you. 15 for the better. You'll have your sidekick with you there too. So earth motes were one of the results of the spell, the spell plague and the second emergence. During that time of past magics, more than magics that touched down to the earth, parts of it were like lifted and floated into the air, and there they remain. So this is something that happens, and you did see that you were just on another one. There's one here also. And that's Chippy's input. And with that, acknowledge nature. You got any nature out there? I think Winter of the 15, you're going to have the same, right? Earth motes have formed during the spell plague. So we have a 19 from Alex.
Yes.
And you identify some of the markings of iron ore embedded within the rocky surface of this earth moat, which could lend to the coloring. So it looks like it's bleeding or dripping blood. So, with this first kind of first glance, looking towards the heart, the intro section here, right? A massive chunk of earth and rock torn from the earth drifts over the swampy forest, about 100 feet above the ground. A petrified tree towers above the stone, its stone roots protruding from the bottom. Between the shape of the rock and the branching of the tree's limbs, it creates the impression of a gigantic stone heart hanging in the sky, made more gruesome by the red liquid dripping from the roots. You see a cave mouth in the side of the slowly rotating heart. and a staircase that winds up from the cave to a flattened area at the top, where this petrified tree. The staircase definitely isn't natural. It was carved by tools. Seems to be clear. It's about 200 feet up in the air.
Are we all able to fly? Do we all have flight available?
No flight, but I have Misty Step if it's within I think it's like a 30-foot range, which may not be that helpful.
Right.
Either of my characters can cast fly on you. We'll just do that.
Or
Yep.
to save the spell slot, I could fly you up in a portable hole. It's got 10 minutes of air.
Okay. That sounds good.
I also don't have.
You just have to hand off your bag of holding.
Yeah. Don't take a bag of holding into the portable hole.
No, I can't. Did I have a flying broom? I can't remember. Or was that a different? I think it was a different game.
Unless he just bought one.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah,
we've taken Alex and the Vegapygmy out of the bags of holding. I think that was probably implied, but just to be explicit about it.
Yes.
So
With
I'll carry
with
my-
about an extra 12-second pause for the oops.
So I guess you kind of lay some things out, right? Make some plans about how to get everyone up there. You
Mhm.
see, when Kwasha, looks up to the heart, and he drops to a knee and says a prayer.
Chippy's gonna look respectful. Maybe drop to a knee too, like glancing at him, like to see if he likes it.
It is a sacred space.
Wayne remains reverent but alert. Is there any movement in the forest around? Is it quiet? Too quiet?
You're kind of like in a bit of a swampland here.
Okay.
It's a swampy forest, is how it was described. So I mean, there's forest lands with boggy parts, I guess.
Right. And how late in the day are we?
This is still in the afternoon, right? Probably around 2-ish. Yeah.
So when do we want to go in?
I can scout ahead, or we can just go in.
Now? I mean, any votes against? Any bright ideas why not to?
All right.
Divine sense would not work through this extra dimensional space, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're not even actually there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're in a different plane of existence.
that's right. Okay, I'm just gonna start mentally preparing.
Stationary, thankfully, right? It's not like you're jostled around.
Right.
Well, we got up there, didn't we?
We were about to go. And
I see.
we have the plan. We haven't yet executed it. I was seeing if there's any reason to hold for a moment for anyone to prepare anything before you jump in my hole.
Gross, and no.
Well then, welcome to my hole. Hop on in.
There are many like it. This one is mine.
It's mine.
Okay.
And then we will fly up to the very top.
Oh. Without much trouble, you make your way upward and you land on that area up on top, up the stairs. Yeah. It's a flat, open space.
Right. I
by a
will
tree.
activate my my cloak and throw out the portable hole and set everyone's bags of holding aside so they can just climb up and grab their gear.
And as the group of you approach, right, there's a whole bunch of you approaching at the same time this method. Some bats fly out from the tree stump. And
Guys, it's daytime. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
they're like, something's in our lair. You are enter our lair. We'll eat you.
Nah.
We don't have to eat you. You don't have to enter my lair.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? There's lots of little voices, but there's only one of them that really speaks. The rest of them are like, yeah, please. There's a swarm. Right? There's one voice. Whatever.
Alex will turn invisible and sit on Chippy's head.
You can using your ability, your ranger abilities, you can interact with them, and you know that.
Yeah,
They're defending themselves.
we're just passing through. We're going downstairs. Don't mind us. Sorry to bother you.
Okay. You're not going to bother us.
Nah. We're good.
And the swarm unswarms back into the stump.
Which sounded like an almost invisible cat screeching in like hypersonics. taking his cloak into like batwing form postures. Hangs upside down on his flying broom for a second. You know, relax, guys.
We'll go back into our spacious cave, and then they fly into the small hole.
Ooh, okay, we're not gonna go in there, right? Nobody had plans to go down the chimney. I guess it's full of bats, guys. And then I will go silent and stalkery, and begin checking out the stairs for traps. But mostly, I will wait for Roken to do that because I am only okay at that.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and tell me what do your halfling eyes see?
All right. Perception? Is that what we're going for?
Investigation usually for traps. I can aid you if you need the advantage.
Sure. So
Right, perceptions for the scene, right? Investigate is to check for traps. Yeah.
All right.
Both relevant.
Perception first. And then oh, that's not great, but
3 cheers for advantage.
well, that was perception. Were you also giving me advantage for that?
Yeah, I'll help you with whatever.
Oh, okay, then I got a 25 then for perception and a 30 for investigation.
Killer.
Nailed it. All right. Well. So visually, perception, and looking around, right? There's a light breeze going, headed towards the north. the sounds of birds, insects you hear below. The insects are far away, but the birds you can still hear. Don't hear much animals at the height from the forest below. Out of all that incredible perception, right? All these little details stand out to you, but to make it all sort through it all and get to the relevant pieces here, looks like these stairs don't have much signs of wear, very little use, and with the investigation, there is no telltale component of either like a mystic sigil or like a pressure plate or any other kind of trap that's waiting for you. Clear.
All right, well, I don't see anything, and I'm pretty certain.
Stairs wind down to a blinding below, and the view from these stairs is almost dizzying. There's no part of this that's precarious. You can safely make your way up and down. Unless you were to do something foolish, which in case you might fall down. Oh, there's no handrail.
Gotta get OSHA out here.
Well, who's working? All right, well, as you make your way down stairs to the landing below, you do see a figure wearing a dark cloak at the cave entrance of the landing below, looking up with a smile. The hood is down, and you see what looks to be a young-looking face, a young adult. The elvish ears stand out. You got blonde hair. Kind of frames the face here. The eyes look a little tired, but cheerful. You see the bags there. And as you see the figure standing there, they call out, "What brings you up here?"
Are we following, or is it just those two?
I'm following.
I had imagined myself standing still above the stairway, watching while you all head down.
Yeah, we're all gonna follow. I think Alex might fly invisibly up, like right behind Roken, maybe just above her.
The lunatic will probably be in the rear, unless anybody else wants to be.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense.
How far are we? Her.
For you. Helps. Did we get that handout there?
Yeah.
Excellent. And just to get a review here, you're using the spell Divine Tells you about evil, is that right? Trying to make sure.
Cut out a little bit. It's to detect good and evil, and then anything that's affected by the hallow spell or locations of. But the others, I think, would, if there's anybody else, would be within full cover. So it would really just affect.
Ability. There we go. That's easy enough. I can look. Thank you. I was looking at spells. Not familiar with the paladin. Here we go. Should be more. Location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. Well, you detect undead in the presence of the person right there in front of you.
All right. I relay to the group. Guys, it sounds like we've got a big bad. Prepare yourselves.
Is it her?
Sorry, Shregon, you said what was the curse thing? It kind of cut out again.
Well, I said that it was undead. You're right. You do detect undead. It is this person that I just gave you the handout, right? The person that was speaking. Yes.
Okay, so she's undead, guys. I would proceed with caution.
She's seen us, right?
Yeah, she called
You
out
don't pick up on anything that's been consecrated or desecrated. You don't find any of that.
But yeah, she called out a greeting. She knows we're coming. Wayne will drop flat to get total cover.
Now Wayne was at the top, right? It's kind of like a spiral staircase, so you haven't seen her yet.
Well, I'm on the rim. But yeah, I would have to come around to get a good line of sight.
Okay.
I don't know how far down the stairs are, but has anybody said hi back? Are we just sort of ignoring the greeting?
Well, this has all happened in an instant, I think.
Yeah, no one said anything back yet.
But I'm definitely not saying anything.
After a pause, if nobody says anything, Chippy's going to say, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
I have had better days, but I would at least be willing to entertain some company if you step inside. And she turns her back and walks in talking. I've been here going over books and studying for a few months. Her voice kind of trails off as she goes inside. Fallout.
Sure. Okay. If no one else is following her, he'll sort of carefully see if he can scooch past down the stairs. But is anyone else going?
Yeah, I'm gonna unsheath my sword and go. Just have it kind of nonchalantly behind me.
I will be checking for traps the entire time.
Well, she turned her back and stepped inside. So While you draw your sword, you can give me like a stealth check to do it quietly, but she's not going to see it in your hands looking the other way.
When Alex gets inside, can she? I'm gonna roll a perception to see if when she looks around inside. Okay.
Ding! As it is pulled from the scabbard, you're like, I need to clean this thing.
Alex does have dark vision.
So going inside, or leading inside, you can see from the landing into the cave there. If you look on the map over here, right, bottom right, we kind of have it inside. Here's the landing, side bits, so you can see. And let me give you the description here. So you notice here on this landing, there is a slight slope. It looks like there's water continuously pouring out. What? A light little rivulet. And inside, it is immediately apparent, right? This cave is musty. It is dimly lit by daylight filtering down through what seems to be a petrified tree hollow up above. There is a pool of dirty rainwater in the center of the floor. And there seems to be some natural pillars formed by the roots of this petrified tree. You see several bookcases against the wall on the right side of the entrance. There's a desk and several wooden crates on the left-hand wall. And there seems to be 2 open doorways that lead into smaller chambers. And between those 2 doors there is an empty iron cage. In your doorway there. You see this person comes in and has a seat on the desk and just kind of like slumps against it. I don't know what I have to offer. I would offer something, but oh yes, I think that there is. Yeah. And she goes over to the crate and pulls out a kettle. There's some tea. Make some tea. Do you have some tea you'd like to make, or I could offer you some mine?
That sounds nice. Thank you.
None for me.
By the way, my name's Chippy. What's your name?
Yes. Valindra. My name is Valindra. That's nice to meet you, Chippy.
Are you here alone, Valindra?
I have some servants that stay close, but I don't have any friends here. No.
Do you like to play
what
cards?
you
I
to
have
the
a deck
land
of
of
cards.
Schultz? You're clearly not native Schultzians here. You're here.
Do you know any fun card games? I'm always interested in learning new card games.
It seems like a little bit almost lost in thought. Not like she's under like a charm or an effect, just kind of like self-distracted, even while having a conversation with someone they're clearly thinking about. Card games? No, don't know. I don't have any cards.
What do you do here?
What I do a lot of is reading. What's left of some of these books up here, and I go and look and kind of to do what studies I can nearby. What brings you adventurers here to the heart? The locals think it sacred. They kind of leave offerings or pray to it sometimes. I just thought it was a convenient place to kind of put up my lab and study.
I'm looking
All away
around.
from home. He kind of smiles.
Does Kawasha seem to have any particular reaction, or does Kawasha look like angry or happy or?
So she's having this conversation with you and Chippy, and like, how many of the rest of you are coming in?
I also followed.
I do not.
I come in.
Do you stay above, or do you come down to the landing? Do you keep an eye on things inside, outside?
I've threw it in the chat. I'm going to perch on the roof, the root above the treetop. Should still be within earshot. Right, all the sound's going to come right out that door.
Still no line of sight.
I will peek in when I can. I'm perfectly able to climb upside down and check an eyeful, and will specifically, like, I am also trying to catch a look at her within 30 feet.
You are.
we
It's
get a sense-
available. She's not hidden.
Okay, then is that what she actually looked like? Because there's only a couple of kind of sapient, intelligent undead, and some of them can look pretty, and the rest of them can't.
No, it definitely looks undead with an illusion of this youthful life. But it is shriveled flesh and
Do we get an idea of, or any kind of a sense of what is going on in this lab? Like, is it any remnants of experiments or anything that we might be able to see?
So, you've had a few minutes. She's making tea and making conversation. It'll be long enough to make some investigation checks if you'd like to roll investigation.
All right. Well, that was a crit fail.
Maybe some arcana or some other relevant skills. I don't know. You want to gather info about this? Like, other than picking through her stuff. You are muted. I heard part of what you said.
I think my computer's a little slow right now. I got 28.9 on investigation.
So, taking a look around, see that this is kind of like an outpost, like when you would have to travel somewhere and make arrangements when you're there. What's done here seems to be a teleportation circle that's etched into the floor. There's a desk with some open books on it, and then there's several bookshelves with new books and old books. Part of what you see going on the desk looks like trying to put together books that are falling apart, right? That are so old they would disintegrate or be moldy or soggy. And so they're using like arcane methods like mending and repair and other whatnots to put these books back together.
With Chippy's Arcana check, he's going to kind of like not get too close to her, but kind of like be looking with curiosity around the lab and the books and stuff. And oh wow, nice book collection. What are you doing over there? What are you doing here? It looks like fun. You fixing the books? What does he get with his Arcana?
So with that, you do like I had mentioned, the arcane methods here. You now know the schools and the ingredients used in spells, to arrive at that information. Books being put together by magic. Now you're like, well, the magic used was this school and this school with these components and these components. And it looks like to be using to fix books. Here's a magic.
Ooh, let me
circle.
guess. Necromancy? Anyone?
Yeah, she nods. Studying necromancy. Schultz is famous for it. Jungles are full of undead.
I haven't really gotten to know any of them very well, but I figure there's got to be a nice one around somewhere.
Nice one, what?
Undead person. Doesn't there? Aren't some of them nice?
Many of them are mindless. Some of them are bits, nothing more than animated matter. Made to dance about by channeling energy from negative flames. You know this stuff, right? Come on, you're a wizard.
Yeah.
You guys see the trappings. You got the thing. I'm too.
I keep trying to get my unseen servants to play cards. It's just boring. It's just it's solitaire, and I'm trying. I thought maybe undead you'd had some more luck. You ever play dice with them or anything? I mean, what do you do for fun?
Takes a deep breath. Wow, that's been a long time since I got to go have fun. No, I'm working right now. I've been sitting here. I'm on a job.
Who do you work
And-
for?
I've been here for a few months. Well, looks like the tea is ready. Who do I work for? She pulls some the tea, the hot steaming tea, and puts it on the corner of the desk, and she's like, cups, and starts lining up some cups, and they look like dusty and old, like they have not been used anytime recently.
Chippy is extremely interested in something on the other side of the room, like maybe a bookshelf, and he is definitely focused over there and not noticing that he's being offered tea right now. Definitely not being rude and refusing it, but definitely not jumping at the chance.
So, looking over the bookcase, the moment passes, and you get the theme. All the books are Schultz. History, geography, culture, philosophy. And Chippy, why don't you give me a history check? Now, as far as who I work for, I work for the Red Tower. Self, who do you work for?
Do we
The
work for
greater
somebody?
good.
We work for the greater good.
We hired a whole bunch of guides. We hired all the guides we could find.
Hired by Sylvandra Silvermane. And also, you were personally tasked by the Guardian Naga.
All right,
But we
is that
do think it's a good idea. Like, I don't know how much I feel like they're my boss. But that's maybe just my perception.
Valindra saying that, or you, Shragon, reminding us?
I, GM, was reminding you the crew recap here, right? You'd been hired by Sylvandra and then also tasked by the Guardian Naga. Whatever. I work for the Red Tower. You are adventurers for hire. Well, I'm sure you should. I would love to hear about, what you're doing here in Schultz, or maybe even why you decided to teleport up onto the local Earth moat here, where I've been hanging out for the past 4 months. So, oh, those cups are awful. With like a wave of her hand, some spells come out and they're cleaned, and so is some of the area around it for a moment. I'm sorry, it's not really pours out some tea. And I will pause right here. This is about our normal stopping time here. We will sometimes continue if we're mid scene or mid combat or something. So, but I think we're just opening a dialogue with this person here. Seems like a good place to go talk. Sound
Not
good to
quite
everyone
ready
else?
to go murder hobo on anybody.
I mean, the
This-
moment it's time, I'm ready for that.
We reserve the right.
Yeah. But yeah, sounds like a good point to stop.
Okay.
As a side note, anyone watching Chippy's face sees him sort of muttering to himself as he composes fantastic stories in answer to her questions, but doesn't actually say them, and then like conspicuously rejects them, and then makes up another one.
Now you've had over a minute of uninterrupted over a minute here side. So to help flavor your thoughts of the week, I will leave you with your primeval awareness telling you it's out to like 5 miles. 5 miles. So bloop, goes off. Yeah, there's plenty. We kind of know that, they're all over the
Mhm.
area. But most relevant, right? Clearly, this person that you're talking to, Lindra. And also you get a few more ping closet.
Closet? Well, can you ping where the closet was on the map?
Yeah. Let me be right.
This one or this one?
Here.
Oh, okay.
5. Yeah. The number labeled 5. There's like 8 of them in there.
I don't know if this is helpful, but I don't have any labels on my map, on this map either.
I did ping it out there for you, right? We're on the inside part, and so I'm talking about right up in the
Yep.
Yeah, top
So
left.
here's the
Alright.
desk, right? Here are the bookshelves over here. Here's the empty case. The primeval awareness was like, there's like a bunch.
I will remember that if and or when trouble breaks out. The last thing I do when that pops up is I will activate the jade water on my next arrowhead.
So you have now clean cups of tea. You have some time to think about what kind of conversation we're about to have with this person who's studying the undead. And I will leave you with that. So come catch us next week. We will be back for some more Tomb of Annihilation with the Gamebreakers crew here. And until then, have a good game. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.